Hola, soy Lola. No puedo contestar tu llamada. Hoy voy a luchar contra la máscara vengadora. Si gano, usaré el dinero para pagar por nuestro plan familiar de datos. Claro, pesa 300 libras, pero una vez tomé una clase de karate. Quizá ya es hora de un switch.
¿Atrapado en un mal plan familiar? Haz el switch al mejor plan familiar de Boost y obtén 4 líneas cada una con gigas sin límite por solo $100 al mes. Metro PCS solo te da 2 gigas por línea por el mismo precio. 4 líneas cada una con gigas sin límite por solo $100 al mes. Es fácil hacer el switch y más fácil ahorrar con Boost.
Welcome to Blog Talk Radio in high fidelity.
Goldilocks Productions presents the ButterFly Medium Show with Ivana. Ivana, the ButterFly medium, is a world-renowned psychic medium. She is a 3rd or 4th generation psychic medium since her family immigrated from Italy. Ivana has a magical gift that will turn a skeptic into a believer. The ButterFly medium has been giving healing messages from loved ones on the other side for over 2 decades. Ivana started feeling ghosts and spirit around her since her mom's passing, only 3 days after Ivana's 5th birthday. Her mom has communicated with her through the Monarch ButterFlies since the young age of 7 years. Call in now to reserve your spot on the switchboard if you would like to speak with Ivana. The call-in number is 713-955-0594. Again, that's 713-955-0594. Press 1 if you would like to get on air with Ivana to ask her or her special guest a question. Enjoy this magical and healing show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to my show. This is Ivana Figueredo, the world-renowned psychic medium, the ButterFly medium, and I'm here each and every week to bring you healing messages from the other side. I welcome everybody, and if we do have any new listeners today, thank you and welcome to my show. You're going to love our show. Each and every Thursday, I bring so many people healing messages from the other side, and I'd like to thank, most importantly, our producer, Tiffany Whitesage, from the Goldilocks production. Thank you so very much, Tiffany, for always making this a great success for us. And today, of course, we have a wonderful show. First and foremost, I would just quickly like to make a quick announcement. For those of you that may be listening or calling in, please note that the number you are calling is a U.S. number. So yes, if you're calling from Canada, if you do not have a long-distance plan, long-distance charges will apply. And if you're calling from a blocked number or a 111 number, please note that the producer cannot answer your calls. And so I just wanted to point that out, just in case we do have some callers that will be having long-distance charges on their cell phones or their home lines. I just don't want anybody to have to incur these long-distance charges. As we know, they can get very expensive. So thank you so much for being here. I'm not sure if you all watch my shows on Monday nights, my Facebook Live shows that I have every Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And it goes on till about 9 o'clock, usually supposed to go till 9. Sometimes we run later because it's such a great show. And this past Monday, we dedicated our show to all the fathers and grandfathers that are here in spirit, that are here in the physical world, and all the fathers and grandfathers that are in spirit. We also had a tribute and a moment of silence to all the families that have lost loved ones during the fires in Portugal and also during the tragedies that took place in England. And each and every day we turn on the news and there is so much tragedy that is happening around the world, and it is so very sad. And because I'm an empath, I feel other people's pain. And so the reason why I'm here today is to bring you healing messages from the other side. And I'm also here anytime you want to chat. We also talked a lot about depression and anxiety and people that suffer from depression and anxiety in our show. We did a lot of talk about depression and anxiety on Father's Day last Sunday. We went to an event which was for mental health awareness, and all the proceeds went to charities for mental health. So I just want to thank everybody who participated in that event. It was a day of tattoos where people were tattooed the semicolon or be loved. So a letter B and a heart just below. And this represents love. And the semicolon represents people that do struggle from mental illness, depression, anxiety, any kind of losses that they may have had if they are survivors or they've tried to take their own lives. The semicolon means, I read this on Google, and what it is, let's say, for instance, is someone who's trying to write a letter. And usually at the end of your letter, or if you want to have a continuation of your letter, you would enter a semicolon instead of a period. So the semicolon just means, it signifies, I want to continue on. I want to continue my story. I want to continue my life. And that is what the awareness is, and that's why we have these tattoos. So anybody who's listening right now that does struggle with mental health issues, depression, anxiety, bipolar, schizophrenia, any of these types of issues, please know that there's so many of us out there that do struggle with the same thing, and we are all here to help each other. We are all here to help one another heal, and that's why I feel like this is a tongue twister. I'm sorry. And this is why I'm here today, because I want to be able to share messages with each and every one of you. And anybody who wants to tune in today or has already tuned in and you want to share your story, please feel free to share your story. On Monday night during my Facebook Live show, I did go ahead and finally share my story as to why I suffered for many years with depression and anxiety. And so for those of you that may have not watched the show, you could find that on Facebook. It's the second part of the show. The first part, after a couple of hours, we somehow got disconnected and then we restarted the show. So in the second part, you will hear my story as well, which is also going to be in my book that I am writing and still writing. And we're hoping that in the next year or so, my book will be published. I can't wait. I'm very excited about it. So once again, thank you very much for tuning into my show, and welcome to the Butterfly Medium Show. And I am your host, Ivana Figueredo. So today I'm hoping to give you many, many blessings. And if you want to share stories, please feel free to share stories. That's what we're here for. We are all here to reach out to each other, to reach out to one another and help each other. And this is what it's all about. No fighting and no wars. We just want love. Be love. And this is what we are here for. And this is why I am here. I'm here to share many things and many healing stories with each and every one of you as well. So thank you and welcome. We do have a very first caller, and we're going to start with our very first caller. And of course, you can ask any questions that you wish. And as you know, I am a psychic medium, so my messages are drawn from spirit. So here we go. Let's start with our very first caller, caller number 310. Hello, 310. What is your name and where are you calling from, please?
Hi, my name is Janet. I'm calling from California.
Oh, wonderful. Hello, Shannon. Thank you for calling from California.
Oh,
How
no,
are you?
It's Janet.
Oh, Janet. I'm sorry. I don't know why I heard Janet. I'm so sorry. Hello, Janet.
You know what?
How
People always hear Shannon whenever I say my name. It's strange.
And isn't that weird? And do you know, it's so funny because when I say my name, people always hear Nancy, and I'm like, how do you get Nancy from Ivana? It just doesn't make sense. And I can understand where you see the difference as well. Like there is no sound. It doesn't sound like Shannon, your name, so I do apologize. Maybe it's just spirit.
That's okay.
I don't know. But how can I help you today?
I'm wondering if you can give me some insight. My daughter has, she processes information differently. I hate calling it a disability, but it's kind of what it is. And I don't know if I'm, what's really behind it or if I'm supporting her in the right way.
Okay. Now, when you say that she processes information differently, what do you mean by that? Could you give me a little more explanation? Is she a slower
She
learner?
doesn't get things. Yeah, she's slow.
Okay.
She doesn't understand things.
Okay. And that is okay. Some of us, and you know what, I'll be very honest with you. Well, I was the same way. I didn't get it right away. And you know what? I wasn't a bookworm. I wasn't book smart. I was always one that I had to learn at my own pace. I've always been a hands-on kind of a learner. I go by photographic memory, this sort of thing, and I have to learn at my own pace. When people or teachers used to, yell at me because I didn't get it back then, over 30 years ago, or would say, why don't you understand? Well, I don't know why I don't understand. And sometimes it is very difficult for us to understand, especially when we're put under pressure or when we have so much anxiety. And one of the things could be that your daughter does or may suffer from anxiety as well. So when an explanation is being given, maybe she's having a difficult time understanding it because what's going on in the back of her mind is she's processing how she feels and what she's hearing, but she's not able to process it because in her own mind, she's thinking, oh my goodness, how do I retain all this information? So instead, she's busy thinking about how she's going to retain this information. Now, I'm not a doctor. I am a medical intuitive, but I'm not a doctor, so I could never give any kind of diagnosis, but only recommendations and my advice. And as a child, when I was a child, I remember the same, processing this stuff, and I was always full of anxiety, and I just didn't get it. But it's because of what else I was thinking in my mind. Does your daughter have anxiety?
She does. Yeah, she does a lot.
Yeah.
She
and
does.
that's what it is. And so I'm going to tell you this, and not only because I know, because I experienced it as a child, but it's just intuitively is also what I'm getting, that because of her anxiety, it's not that she has mental health issues or mental illness or, she's not intelligent. She's intelligent in her own way. Whatever she has interest in, she is intelligent in. But when it comes to, let's say, math or geography or history, the things I struggled in, it may not register so quickly. Is she young? Is she 11 or 12? How old did you say she is?
She's 14.
14, okay.
Yeah.
And don't worry, and don't be embarrassed about it. Don't feel shy about it. We're all here together to help each other, and this is what I'm here for as well, is to help people in need as well. So right now, your daughter's struggling with the fact that she struggles with anxiety. Who knows, if she may have a little bit of depression going on as well. Is her father not around? Is her father not in the picture for her, or is he just emotionally connected?
We're divorced now, and he's there, but he's not there.
Right, emotionally, I don't feel he's there. And this is just a father figure giving me this message. I'm getting this from Spirit, and they're making me feel that the father figure is emotionally disconnected to her. And I'm not saying that's why she has anxiety, but there could be many things, many reasons why she has anxiety. But one of the things is also your daughter is also intuitive. When I hear that there are children that I'm sorry?
Oh, I know she is. I mean, there's been no denying it since she's been tiny.
Yes, of course. When most children who, are being told, oh, your child has ADHD and they need Ritalin and all this stuff, I disagree with that, but that's just me as a person, because I could say my children have ADHD or I have ADHD or my son has ADHD, but it's not a matter of having ADHD. It's just a matter of processing things and information differently because we struggle with anxiety, because we are intuitive. And what's happening is your daughter may be in high school right now or just starting or maybe starting in September, but what's happening is she's not processing it because she's processing other energies that are around her. And that's what's happening.
She feels everything and picks up on everything.
And
but I don't know how to help her in that.
I just got goosebumps. I just got chills. Well, I've been dealing with this since I was very, very young, very little. And the best thing that I can say, or the only thing that I can really say to you is, as us intuitives get older, we tend to either draw more towards it. We lean towards the intuitive side and we start picking up more information. As she gets older, she'll start to pick up the energies and messages of somebody's deceased grandmother or, her loved one.
Yeah, I knew that.
On the other side. And that's what's going to happen. So it's not that there's something wrong with her. Your daughter is intuitive. And us intuitives learn differently. Some of us learn differently. Some of us may not learn as quick as someone else. We may not have, I don't have a university degree. I have a high school diploma. And you know what?
She's not even going to get that. She's going to get a certificate of completion.
And that's
but she'll be okay.
Let her go at her own speed. Let her go towards what feels natural to her. If she needs to take a few extra years, and so be it. As she gets older, she'll learn that school is important and that she needs those degrees. However, for many years I wanted to be a social worker, but I thought, geez, I can't go to university or college to learn this. How am I even going to process this information? And that's okay. But medically, I can say I feel like sometimes I'm a doctor. I could diagnose and tell people what's wrong and what they need and what's going on, but I don't have the school for it. We just have it naturally, intuitively, and this is what your daughter has. So she has to learn at her own pace. Get her some crystals. Buy her. Get her a little salt lamp and put it in her room and have it lit up at night. Get her some salt around her, Epsom salt bath. Get her out in nature. Ask her to, maybe if she's interested, get her some angel cards. Ask her to work with angel cards. Is she aware that she's intuitive?
She is. She is, and we do all of those things because she was kind of scarred by some spirit in our old house and all the activity we had. So I don't know if that's the reason for all of this, behind all this anxiety.
A lot of the times not a lot of the times, but I'm going to say that I think we're born with it. However, I started to notice my gift. My mom passed away when I was 5 years old, and I started to notice my gift around the age 7 or 8, whereas I started to feel ghosts all the time in the house, and it would freak me right out. Like I would start screaming, and every time I had to go to my bedroom, I would have to turn on every single light in the house because I was so afraid. So it's just a matter of her being comfortable in her own skin and being comfortable with the idea of being around spirit. Open her up a little more. Yes, you're in the U.S., you're in California. May I recommend if you give me, not give me a call, but send me a message privately on Facebook through Ivana Figueredo, or if you go on my page, the ButterFly Medium, and maybe I could send you some things or a little more ideas as to what it is that she can do. Because I could be here all day with you and talk to you about it and give you explanations. But I definitely want to help because yes, it's awful living with the anxiety. I still live with the anxiety every day, but that's because I'm solely connected to spirit. And that's what your daughter is. Your daughter is highly connected to spirit. She has a beautiful gift, but it's a matter of, does she want to work with her gift? Does she want to open it up? When she starts to open it up, she'll feel better.
Can I ask a question? Do you think any past life regression would help her? Because I feel like she's carried a lot of stuff over.
Oh yes, we're definitely old souls. So maybe in California, if you can find someone who does past life regressions, that would help her as well.
For a kid, though.
Letting her know. Yeah, letting her know. Or you can book a reading with me. We can talk about that. We can go through past life and what's going on in her life right now and what happened in her life in the past. we can go through all of that. But unfortunately, it's not something I could go through
right
here. So,
right, okay.
Don't feel bad. Don't feel embarrassed that your daughter is, not learning at everybody else's pace. Everybody is different. Someone who may have a master's degree may not be able to connect to spirit, may not, they're book smart, but they may not have that gift of being able to connect to spirit. And some of us who don't have that university degree or college degree, it doesn't matter to us. I shouldn't say it doesn't matter to us. We learn at our own pace, and we are put here on earth for a reason, and it's a reason for healing. She's going to find that she is a healer. She will learn that she is a healer.
Yeah.
And once she learns that, and I wish you were here in Canada, close by, I'd be able to connect with her. But we can also connect through Facebook and what have you. But please message me. Let me know that you were on my show today and that you're calling or messaging me from California. And let's chat a little bit about her, and hopefully I can give her a little more insight. Maybe we can do like a Skype reading or FaceTime reading where she can see me and I can see her if she's open to it.
Okay, that sounds good. Sounds like a good plan.
All right. Yes.
All right,
in the
great.
meantime, get her some comforting crystals like clear quartz and amethyst. Have her clear them in cold water under a full moon or in the sun outside, and have her keep them in her pocket with her.
Okay, I will do.
All righty.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you, Janet. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you so much for listening. All right, bye-bye. Thank you so very much. And, I received so many messages from many people that have the same concerns about children. And I know I've been saying this for a long time. I'd love to have a workshop for children who are empaths or who are intuitive and don't know how to open it up or don't know what to do about it. And most of us who are intuitives, I think all intuitives. Now, I can't speak for anybody else. I can only speak for myself. But I find that 90% of the intuitives that I speak to have high anxiety levels. So it's important to recognize this in a child. If a doctor says to you, your child has ADHD and they need Ritalin, look a little bit further into what it is that they're telling you, and look further into could my child be intuitive? Could my child be connecting to spirit? Because children are very open to that, and children are very open to the energy of spirit, and spirit will always come through to connect with them because they are an open energy, and they're able to connect with them very, very easily. My 9-year-old daughter, she was telling me last week that my mom, who's in spirit, kept showing her fire. And of course, I started to get worried, and I thought, my goodness, are we going to have a fire in the house? And then 2 days later, we hear on the news that Portugal had these huge wildfires going on because of the heat. And my children are half Portuguese. So my mom was giving her, I guess, a warning, a sign or a symbol. But of course, we didn't know that it was going to be happening in Portugal. But my mom was showing her. And when I was a child, I dreamt a lot as well about things, or had premonitions about things that were going to happen. And the stronger that our messages come through, and the more that we allow it, and the more that we open up to it, the more that you're able to work with it. And anybody who's listening, if you are an intuitive and you don't know how to open it, I encourage you so much to try and work with your intuition. Try and open up to that realm and connect to spirit, because it is a wonderful, absolutely beautiful experience, and an absolutely amazing gift to have. So please pay attention to those signs. And even autism, children with autism. We talk a lot about children with autism, or Jim and I have actually been researching about children with autism, and they process things the way an intuitive does. So their minds are going 100 miles an hour, just like a mind of an intuitive. So the way a mind of an intuitive works is we're wired differently than someone who may not be intuitive, and things are coming to us at record speed. And children with autism, it's coming in even faster. So if you think intuitives are receiving messages real quick, imagine what a child who has autism is going through. Imagine what it is, that how they're receiving their information very, very quickly. And of course, this is what aggravates them. This is what annoys them, is because the messages and their mind is just going 100 miles an hour. So please pay attention to the signs. They're very important. And before you put a child on Ritalin, please, I beg you, look a little bit further into it. And again, I'm not a doctor. I can't give any kind of diagnosis, but I can give recommendations and advice because I am a medical intuitive. And I am intuitively led through spirit. And so thank you all to those that are listening. This is very, very important, and I'm glad that call came in today, because it is very important that we talk about that. So thank you very much, Janet, for calling in, and I hope you're still listening. So our next caller, let's go on to our next caller. Our next caller is caller number 475. Hello, caller 475. What is your name and where are you calling from, please?
Hi, Ivana. This is Soraya. I'm calling in from Connecticut.
Oh, hello. Did you say Soraya?
Soraya.
Soraya. How would you spell that, please?
Soroya.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. That was the vision I had in my mind, because I was thinking Soraya, but when you said Soroya, I just changed it to an O. So thank you very much. It's a beautiful name. And you're calling from Connecticut. And this is where our producer is. She's out in Connecticut.
Oh, hi, neighbor.
Hello. Say hello to Tiffany. Hello, Tiffany.
Hi, Stephanie.
So how are you, and what can I do for you today?
I am good. First, I would like to send some support to the first caller, because I once stood in that place of uncertainty. It's not easy sitting in a conference room with teachers telling you who had your connection with your child, like the communication that you had when you was pregnant does not cease to exist once your child steps from the womb. You know what I mean?
That's,
you still know your child. So to sit here with this mirror image that can reflect anything, because they don't know you. All the information that they receive from you is secondhand anyway. You know what I mean? They cannot ever test by blood, by brain sample. They can't test you for anything associated with ADHD, ADD, or whatever. The medication should really go to the parents, to be honest with you.
That's right.
Not the children.
No,
the children, to me, have the anxiety, because it's like, if I express myself, will that be accepted? Because right now, I'm sitting in a room with teachers who do not accept my child for who she is.
Absolutely. I'm actually going through the same thing. And it's kind of scary for a parent. And of course, you're going to feel your child's pain, because that is your child. And you can express so much to them, but inside we're dying as a parent, trying to help our child that may not get it. And it is difficult. It is very difficult, because imagine us in that room when we are little. Imagine what they are going through. And this stigma of ADHD and Ritalin, and it's just, I always say it's another way to make money, another way to feed drugs to our children.
And you know who makes the money? The parents that are on the PTA meetings that receive the donations from these drug companies. You understand?
Right.
Like I said, I've been going through, and I literally, as a young adult, sit there and shed tears in front of these teachers. They must say, what kind of mama is this? But when I tell them, like, look, I could just feel the status quo. How long has this been going on? The Board of Education, or I should say the special ed, has not been around more than 40 years. So I know your methodology is not old enough to say that you had conquered this human condition. Because I'm telling you, this is not just something that happened today.
No, absolutely.
I mean? But we had things set up in ancient civilization that probably did support those children. You understand? But I know that half of the shit that we see out here, is created by somebody that's half-baked anyway. So why is it that I guess the story would sound good with our friends. Like I said, I'm not down in the first caller, because I was there. It's not easy to open up a conversation with, my daughter, this is what she's going through, but, this is not what I'm going through with mine. Mine is achieving. Like, that, I understand. So you got to find your support. Those who get it. Not everybody is going to agree with your experience. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you got to accept that as that. So you move on to the next one and find where you will find that support. It's ridiculous to buy a pair of shoes and you can't wear it, but it only look good, so you buy it. So I don't buy into their bullshit conversations that they want to have with me. And I understand you want your daughter to have the, not the certificate, but the high school diploma, because I'm going through the same thing. You want me to sign off on it and knowing that that is not where it's going to lead. But then I had to look at my daughter. And if I believe in her capability, and even if it takes her longer, even if she has to supplement it with other classes, like she told me, Mommy, if I could sit there, because I asked her, I said, you want to do a 2-year or 4-year to wrap it up? She said, if I did 3 years in middle school, 4 years in high school, I think I can survive another 4 years. You understand? That's her choice. You know what I mean? She's 17. I'm not going to sit here and try to fight City Hall. I cannot reprogram or help someone else to rethink what she is. I know she's a beautiful kid. I know she has respect for human beings. You know what I mean? I understand that she has, dignity and love and compassion for the next one. That's who she is.
That is beautiful. So beautiful, Soraya, because my son as well, he is both my children, they're very compassionate. And my son, who sits in class, and the teachers will tell me, well, he just doesn't get it. But they talk to me as if my son is really stupid. But
exactly.
or the things that he does and the things that distract him. Well, he gets very distracted very easily. Well, there's a reason why he's being distracted, because he can't sit still, because energies are being picked up from every angle around him.
Exactly.
Don't point the finger at my son because he doesn't have an A+ or an 80 average in your class, because he just doesn't get it. Do you know why he doesn't get it? But do you know my son as a child? Do you know how caring and how compassionate and how loving and how creative my son is? Have you seen that side of my son?
No, they're not trained to. They don't have the time to develop that either.
That's
they
right.
They have to rush through their curriculum, So it does whatever going on. To speak with trained or even a psychologist, they will tell you to avoid the medication or avoid that. Let's get the family in the house on a schedule, because these people are probably caloric, or, where they have to have that certain type of organization. You have mentioned before with the autistic children that are steady in that automatic emotional state.
Yes, all the time.
They automatically are there. So if they are automatically there, I have to reprogram myself to go in the direction of this teacher. Because if I'm not operating on that end, and you are, naturally, I have to come and study what you're doing.
Right.
These children are teaching us how they need the support. Sometimes we, with our own mental dialogue, want to fit that, when the reality is just be supportive of our children. Because no matter what, everybody's going to have an opinion.
That's right.
Nobody's opinion has to be your option.
That's right. And there are teachers that understand, and there are many teachers that do not understand. And they look at the parent. They look at the parent and say, "Well, what's the problem?" Well, there is no problem with my child, besides he cannot retain the information that you're giving him, because his mind is too busy taking on all the energies that are coming at him.
It's the truth. How is it?
And
I hear. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, and we hear it all the time. Well, he's not focused. Well, he's not focused. Well, then why are you sending homework to a parent who doesn't even know how to do the homework that you guys offer today? And not only that, they've changed homework and they've changed grades and the way they do work in class. And I'm an intuitive, and like I said, I don't have a university degree or college degree. Don't send homework for me to help him with, because I'm not even able to help him with that.
Right. I mean, of course they changed the format because again, that
Of
system
course
is
they
no
have.
longer because the system can no longer support these higher energy children.
That's right.
So of course they're going to try to change it and then put us who are born in that old anointing. These young children's anointing is totally amazing. You understand?
Absolutely.
So
And our
it's like,
children are different in their own ways, but they are very, very, very gifted. And I will always say this about my children. My children are absolutely so gifted and so amazing and have an amazing heart. There are children out there that are bullies, and my kids have been bullied and bullied over and over. And what have the schools done? Nothing. Zilch.
Exactly. And I've seen it too. I even had to point it out to one of the teachers walking by because I had volunteered for a picture day, and the young man was being bullied by this big old young girl, and it's like, I understand that you're in pain, but don't torment him because he's not on that level with you. Find somebody your own size, because I bet you stop real quick. When somebody match your ass. You understand? So I had to tell the teacher, like, come on, this one is being bullied. And they just sitting there like, oh, it's just, another day on the agenda. And they, everybody takes mental days, and I hope that the teachers start to take more mental days so they can operate truly from heart space and spirit, because people's mentalities are jacked up any goddamn way. If you don't have a heart to do it, I don't think you're going to evolve the situation, because to evolve is to solve this problem. If this is a growing epidemic, and you're telling me let's eat right, let's do things, but guess what? You have people who practice vegetarianism that gets cancer, although they're not eating any meat. So what is really going on? Why are these things here? But if we're too focused on the performance, as opposed to the quality of the performance, not just how we perform, but the quality that goes behind it, then, it's going to be a lost cause, because then you're stepping away from, that integrity of a human being and want to go in something artificial,
And there are so many people out there that are, I don't want to say fake, but not so genuine and not so genuine. And it's unfortunate because people will ridicule, and people will make fun of, and people will humiliate you for any reason that they can find. But for what purpose? Have you looked deep in the person's heart? Have you looked in their soul? Maybe they should have spiritual days at school and talk about children with anxiety, children that are not learning very easily. A couple weeks ago, my son came home, and I could just see in his face when I picked him up that something was seriously wrong. And I said, "What happened? What's wrong?" He says, "Well, I was in French class, and we were asked a question, and I had to answer it in French, and everybody made fun of him because he couldn't answer it. And oh my goodness, it took you 12 hours. And why didn't you get it? And oh my goodness." And my son was just being ridiculed and beaten on. And I could just see it in his eyes how badly he was hurting because he didn't get it.
And
why not look a bit deeper and find out what the root of the cause is, or what the real problem is?
Exactly.
You know that you're all causing these children more anxiety, and they're not even able to discuss anything with you.
Exactly.
We encourage them to be loved. We encourage them to be kind and compassionate and caring, and always help someone next to you that may have a disability or needs help or is crying because they're sad. And that's what my children are. They're very compassionate and loving and caring to other children.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
And this is what and like you say, it's an epidemic, and this is a stigma. It is awful.
It is. You're right. It's like the new leprosy.
It's absolutely. But I am very happy to say that I have met so many parents that have children that are intuitive, and that have children that are very sensitive to things around them, and maybe they're not learning very easily. But there's more and more out there. But you know what they are? They are healers. And that's what we need. We need healers.
Yes, it's true.
Not terrorists, not people that are terrorizing the world.
Exactly. How is it that you?
Right. We need to heal we need to heal together.
Together, that's the only way. You know, and you
That's
have
the
other
only
people
way.
that think that we got a war together too. You know, that's that flip side.
That's right.
You know, it's like love got to be the answer. You know, but you got people
Right.
that love to kill. You got love. You
Right.
got people that love to destroy. You know, so they
We
also
love.
operate in. Yeah, they also operating in love. So it's like, then what? You know.
Well,
what I
you know
mean?
what, we could go. We can have our own talk show about this every day, Soraya. Because it's an absolutely amazing topic, and we need to bring more awareness about children that are intuitives or high, have high anxiety levels or have depression, and look at these young children that are taking their own lives.
Oh yeah.
Taking their own lives, and their mothers, their fathers are finding them in the closet. Like this is, when I hear these stories, it just angers me. It makes me, it's like, why, oh my goodness, why? And it's because we are not aware. There is not enough awareness out there.
Oh yeah, we disconnect because the rent got to be paid.
Right.
The car
Society,
needs to be. Yeah,
Society teaches us otherwise. We have to be skinny, and we have to be beautiful, and we have to be tall, and we have to be, why not voluptuous?
Yeah.
My daughter's overweight, yes, for her health. Of course, we have to look at that. However, she'll come to me and suck her gut in and her throat in to make herself look really skinny. And she is 9 years old. Why? Because people look at her, where people say, oh, well, look at, she's gained so much weight. And, well, whose business is that?
And I wonder, with these adults, don't they think that the children hear them? They don't think that
yes,
the children
of course.
understand what they're saying.
Course.
So if you keep on telling me that I can't do it, I'm going to operate in cannot do.
Mm-hmm. And do you know how many times she comes to me? She came to me last night in the middle of the night. I heard noises. There's noises. There's people in my room. She hears them constantly, all the time. And when you're at that age, and well, she's learning how to accept it and how to work with it. But sometimes it's overwhelming, just as it is for me. It's overwhelming.
Yeah, it's not easy, and
no,
thank goodness that she has you to walk with her, because you have some children. Matter of fact, that movie, The Fantastic Beasts, you have the boy who separated from, the mother who knew about it, but didn't know for himself how to, channel himself, So his odd behavior scared people. And he didn't know how to channel his power, and it was true raw power, but you're giving your daughter that one thing, that love, that power of touch. It is so important.
Yeah. And that's what we encourage in this home. That's what it's about. And we talk to them and we encourage them, and we never ever use stupid or why can't you do that, and why didn't you get that? Why didn't you understand that? And why did you fail your test? It's not what that's about. You have to encourage them and teach them love, and teach them that, yesterday my son was working on a project, and I said, you know what, Anthony, you've chosen an amazing topic. It's about injustice. And I said, when you put your efforts into it, and when you find interest in something, you will do well, you will excel, and you will succeed. And he did an amazing job. And I said, you deserve an A+ for this, because you researched it and because you had interest in why these poor women in Saudi Arabia are suffering as much as they do.
That is an interesting topic, and it opens
up. It is
very. Yeah, he opened up a conversation, that needs to have, happen, because we all.
Right.
I think we all take each other for granted, because every human being has an experience and a story that can help, move it further,
We all have a story.
Oh, yeah.
I lived with shame for many, many years, because of, the way my mom passed, and it was and I will share it with you as I shared it on my Facebook Live show. It took me a very long time to share with the world, but my father took my mother's life, and And that's not fair. That's, you know, how many years of shame that I had to grow up with.
Right.
But it was a matter of me finally saying, you know what, this wasn't my action.
Exactly.
That was his action, and you know what, he has to live with himself.
Exactly.
I need to let it. I need to forgive and let it go so I can heal. It doesn't mean I've accepted him into my life or as a father. He's my father, yes, because, you know, he was a part of conceiving, and that was it. But never has he been a part of my life. It's a matter of, you know, embracing who you are. We all have a story.
Yes.
And if you can share your story, yes, you're welcome. And if you can share your story, you don't have to live with that shame.
Exactly.
And everybody has a story. Like maybe Janet, you know, perhaps she's living with shame, or her daughter's living with shame, just like, you know, sometimes, you know, I have, because of the way I learned in class. I was a slow learner, you know.
Yeah, me too. But I had to learn other things.
Right.
And I'm grateful for the other things that I learned.
That's right. That's right, absolutely. Well, this was an absolutely amazing topic, and I'm so blessed and grateful that you were able to talk about this. I think, you know, everything happens for a reason. Maybe Janet had to be our first caller so we can make awareness. So we can make awareness of these poor children that are suffering with so much anxiety and so much connection to spirit, but they don't know how to work with it. It's because it's learning. They're just learning.
They just learning, and in learning you're going to make mistakes. But the beauty in the mistake that I'm learning now, and I'm 35, and I'm learning that there is beauty inside of what breaks.
Right.
So
it's so true. It's so true. Yeah.
Because you and you know, I just want to commend you that you broke that cycle and that pattern. You understand? Because I've read a book of another young lady whose mother died at the hands of her boyfriend, and it wasn't even her father. And in front of her, and she had to pull herself together and move forward. And it's not easy.
Right.
But that pattern, that pattern had to be broken. You know, she didn't reproduce it. You know, and to those that have reproduced it, you know, it's not too late. You can still move forward yourself. You know, it's not easy, but it does get better. It was not supposed to be easy. It has to be better, not easy. So I thank you for this conversation. I'm also blessed, and thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so very much. I think the more that we start bringing awareness out there, especially for children, the more that we can save these children from taking their own lives. You know, that's another big thing. The children that are taking their own lives today is because they suffer with so much anxiety and depression.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I wish I could reach out to every child in the world that suffers this way. And have thoughts of taking their own lives, you know. So thank you for sharing this. This was definitely a blessing. And to those of you that are listening right now that has a child or may have a child that struggle with all these things, mental health illness that we were just talking about, please know that talk about it. Talk about it with someone who really is genuine and who wants to share this with you, who wants to talk to you about it.
Exactly.
Don't talk to people that are two-faced, because guess what? They're just going to go behind your back and talk to somebody else about it and say, "Oh, did you know so and so's daughter or son is, you know, they're failing their grade and they're not doing well, and those parents." And talk to someone who is genuine. Talk to someone who's genuine.
Most definitely.
It is so important. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to your heart. Go in your heart. Your heart won't never leave you nor forsake you.
Right.
Your heart won't deceive you, and you
will
know who you need to talk to, because not everybody is privileged to your story.
Right.
Because, like you said, those two-faced people, and you know them.
Yeah, absolutely. We do know them, and we know them well. So, Roya, I just wanted to say once again, thank you so very much. And at this time, I'd like to ask you, do you have a question for Spirit? Would you like to connect to Spirit, or what was your question? What was the reason for your call today? Is there something that I can...
Yeah, the reason for my call was, and I thank you for allowing me to still have that question.
No problem.
I'm moving. I need to move. I want to move. And I've been looking at certain places, but not the right fit that can accommodate me and my family. So do you see anything opening up anytime soon?
I do. As soon as you said the word moving, all I heard was moving to a good place. And the reason, I just got major chills, the reason why you haven't found that place yet is because the universe and your spirit guides are working towards finding you the place that you desire, the place that you are putting out to the universe that you are looking for. If you're looking for a place of survival or a place of peace where there's serenity for you, don't worry, because they will bring it to you. And I just got 2 cards for you. One of them is self-employment, and the other one is leaving. You're leaving what's toxic, and you're going to be in a place where there's serenity for you, where you are meant to be. Because you as well, you're changing, and things around you are changing, and people around you are changing. But you need to remove yourself from toxic relationships or toxic people or toxic cities that may be toxic to you or for you, but go to a better place, a place that is I guess serene is what I want to say, a place that's going to bring you peace and joy into your life and allowing you to embrace your life and embrace who you are as a person.
Right. That's what
so
I've
been definitely
putting out. Yeah.
I almost feel like you're moving like 100 to 200 kilometers away. So, I should say maybe 50 miles away or 100 miles away from where you are now. I don't know if you're planning on going to a different city or what have you, but you're going to a place that's going to be very serene. It's going to be happening for you. This journey is happening. You're on that path right now. You're on this journey right now, but it's a matter of the universe. Ask the universe. Give them a very specific idea as to where you want to go, what you want your little place to look like, what you want your yard to look like, or the front of your house to look like, and they will provide that for you.
Okay, thank you for that. Okay.
You're welcome. And believe it, but there is also going to be self-employment for you and also possibly for your daughter. Is there another daughter that's older? Do you have a 17-year-old daughter as well?
Well, that's the one that has the issue. She's the 17-year-old, and I have a 15-year-old daughter and a 12-year-old daughter.
Oh, okay. So maybe
with 3 girls.
Maybe I must have been thinking of Janet's the 14-year-old. Okay, so your 17-year-old, I feel there's going to be self-employment for her as well.
Okay.
I don't know what, and I don't know why they're saying this to me, but they're making me feel that there's going to be some self-employment, or she's going to be doing something that she loves to do, something that maybe she finds and says, you know what, I want to make a living doing this, or I want to do this for people. Maybe she's going to make bracelets to sell for awareness or mental health awareness or something that it could be something for school right now that, she creates something and all of a sudden she wants to make awareness for it. I don't know what it is, but this is just what I'm getting.
Okay, thank you for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Well, it was great speaking with you. Keep us posted. Please, if you're not on my Facebook page, please add me to Facebook at Ivana Figueredo, or go to the ButterFly Medium and send me a message. Monday nights, I do have a show from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and it's a Facebook Live show where I do offer free readings, and we also talk about some great topics as well. And this has been one of the hot topics lately. So thank you very much for sharing it with me.
Oh, I thank you for even receiving me to even express it. And thank you, Miss Janet, and your daughter for provoking that thought, most definitely.
Yes. Thank you, and I hope she's listening, Janet. I hope you're still there. So thank you very much, Soroya, and hopefully we'll touch base again, and hopefully we'll one day get to meet in Connecticut, or maybe in New York, or maybe in California. We'll see. Or maybe you'll see me on the Ellen Show.
We will. Believe you me, our paths will cross.
Yes, we will. All right.
Thank
Thank you very much. You're
You too.
welcome. Take care. And
You too.
please send your children many blessings and a big hug from me. All right. So thank you so very much. That was amazing. Sometimes we need to maybe sit back and listen to what others have to say and talk about or make awareness of things like this, because it is so important. And Soroya, if you are still listening, I have a card that came up for you, and it's grief work. So know that your children will be or are grief workers as well, just like you are as well. And same with Janet. This is what your daughter is. She is a grief worker naturally. This is what God has given her. This is what her spirit guides have given her. So I just wanted to share that. I'm going to take one very quick call, very last call, 703, just to say hello and see if I can answer a quick question. 703, hello, and welcome to my show. What is your name and where are you calling from, please?
Hi, my name's Andrea, and I live in Virginia.
Oh, hello, Andrea. Thank you so very much for your patience. I know we had some few callers today that have been very patiently waiting, and I'm sorry that we didn't get to all the calls, but thank you so very much for being here and listening to the show. I hope that you enjoyed that.
Oh, I did, and I'm sure I'm 54, so I'm sure I had some ADD in school. I couldn't focus and concentrate, and I'm sure my younger one has some too. So, yeah, I was totally resonating with some of that.
Yes, wonderful. So it almost sounds like today's show, we were all meant to come together today to heal together, because it seems like everybody that I've spoken to so far, we can all relate. And it's because one way or another, there's everybody, you may know someone that has a child that struggles, or you may have a child that struggles, or you may have struggled as well in early childhood. So thank you very much for bringing sharing that.
He's 27 now and dropped out of high school, 10th grade, eventually got his GED, went back to college 3 or 4 times to finally get, something. So, yeah, a lot of struggles there.
Well, and good for him for continuing to try. So many blessings.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. Well, thank you very much. And what question, or do you have a question for Spirit that I may quickly answer for you, because we're almost out of time?
Well, I recently tried out for a TV show back in January for America's Got Talent. And so I'm trying to figure out, I know I sign music and sign language. I can't sing, so that's my gift.
Wow. Well, thank you so very much for sharing that.
So I'm just trying to figure out what the door's still open. A guy that I had met recently helped me with my video and my audition, and I kind of like to reconnect with him, but I don't know if we will, if he's still dating someone else, or there's somebody else through this journey that I'm supposed to be going on. I'm waiting for the phone call to come to get on the TV show. So.
Wow, that's absolutely amazing, Andrea. And actually, not that long ago, I watched an episode where there was a young girl who was deaf, but she was still able to play her music and sing because she loved music so much, and she made it to the very next level. She won. So I saw. Yes, that was absolutely amazing. And for a second there, I thought it was you, and I thought, oh my goodness, this is amazing.
No, I can't sing.
Oh, that's
I wish I could.
But you have a talent, and one of the things I want to say to you is, please, Andrea, don't ever give up. And you know what? The very first card that just fell out for you was, I just finished clearing the cards. I didn't even get a chance to shuffle the cards, but the card that just came up for you was courage. So I just want you to know, as I'm saying to you, don't ever give up. Please don't ever give up. And always keep on pounding that door. If you want to be on that show, you have to own it. You have to feel it. You have to know that you're going to be there. And you will be there as long as you believe it. As long as you keep
I do. Well,
pardon?
I have my vision board. I have my vision board with everything on that TV show. I see the signs from the universe with license plates from California and New York City, because that's the last place I went to, and that California's the place I need to go to.
Well, you know what? And you will be there. I would love to add you on Facebook, and I would like to follow you as well, because the day that you are on there, I would like to stand up and give you a standing ovation because you made it there. And you know what? As long as we believe, we will receive. As long as we believe, we shall achieve. So never ever give up. And that's one of my most favorite words is always believe, and never ever give up on what it is that you want in life.
No, I believe this is my 5th year trying out. That's why I still believe, and I believe this year is my time.
Even if you have to try 10 times, 20 times, don't give up. Don't give up, because you will be there. You will be there. Just have the courage. Always keep on fighting for what you believe in, honey, and you will be there. Thank you very much for sharing your story. Please add me to Facebook, Andrea. And
I will. I'll share my video that I made.
Oh, yes. Send it to me on Facebook. You can send it to the ButterFly Media or Ivana Figueredo, and I would love to see it, and I would love to share it with the world as well for you.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
Good luck. I wish you all the best. Thanks. And you know what? Courage, my friend. Courage. And
thank
believe.
you.
You're welcome. Thank you so very much for sharing your story, and I wish you all the best. And I'm sending you many blessings, and also white light. So I'm always sending everybody white light healing to you all.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And also, my producer is saying she wants me to share your video to her as well, so she can also share it in Connecticut and around the world for you as well. We will all do that. So thank you very much, Andrea. Have a beautiful day, okay? And we'll talk to you soon.
You too.
All right. Thank you very much. Take care.
Mm-hmm.
Bye-bye. So as much as I wanted to give many readings, Spirit always leads me to the way my show is supposed to go. So thank you to all the viewers, the listeners today that were listening to the show. Today's been absolutely amazing, incredible, and definitely Spirit-led 100%. And we are here together because we need to heal together, and we need to make awareness and show that awareness around the world about healing. That's what it's about. It's about healing together. So I want to thank all of you today for listening, all of the callers that have called in and shared their stories. And thank you so much to Soraya that with all the stories that she shared and all the knowledge that she shared. I really appreciate you all for being here and for sharing your stories. And that's why I love this show, because there's so many healing stories that are shared every week. And so thank you to all that tuned in today. And thank you so much to Tiffany Whitesage, who is our beautiful producer from the Goldilocks production. And if you haven't followed me on Facebook, please do so. I'm Ivana Figueredo, world-renowned psychic medium, the ButterFly medium, and I'm here each and every week to give you healing messages from the other side. Stay tuned for my Monday night shows from 7 to 9 p.m. And please follow me on Facebook. And I have 3 shows coming up in Ontario. And if you are in Ontario and would like to join us, we are going to the Registry Theatre in Kitchener-Waterloo, and also Stratford, and also London, Ontario. So please join us if you are in Ontario, and you can purchase your tickets online. Thank you, guys. Many blessings to you all. Love you all. Thank you for following me on this beautiful journey, and I'm following you on your journey as well. Many, many blessings to you all. Love you guys. Take care and have a beautiful day. Bye-bye for now.
Hola, soy Lola. No puedo contestar tu llamada. Hoy voy a luchar contra la máscara vengadora. Si gano, usaré el dinero para pagar por nuestro plan familiar de datos. Claro, pesa 300 libras, pero una vez tomé una clase de karate. Quizá ya es hora de un switch.
¿Atrapado en un mal plan familiar? Haz el switch al mejor plan familiar de Boost y obtén 4 líneas cada una con gigas sin límite por solo $100 al mes. Metro PCS solo te da 2 gigas por línea por el mismo precio. 4 líneas, cada una con gigas sin límite por solo $100 al mes. Es fácil hacer el switch y más fácil ahorrar con Boost.
Hola, soy Lola. No puedo contestar tu llamada. Hoy voy a luchar contra la máscara vengadora. Si gano, usaré el dinero para pagar por nuestro plan familiar de datos. Claro, pesa 300 libras, pero una vez tomé una clase de karate. Quizá ya es hora de un switch.
¿Atrapado en un mal plan familiar? Haz el switch al mejor plan familiar de Boost y obtén 4 líneas cada una con gigas sin límite por solo $100 al mes. Metro PCS solo te da 2 gigas por línea por el mismo precio. 4 líneas, cada una con gigas sin límite por solo $100 al mes. Es fácil hacer el switch y más fácil ahorrar con Boost.